lot of people were asking me how I opt out of facial recognition technology and also what happens when I opt out, so I wanted to share. I've opted out at all types of venues and locations. Concerts, larger events, airport security, borders, amusement parks. Those are just a few examples of the venues and locations. But I'll share the one when I'm boarding an airplane as an example, because I know a lot of folks are going to be encountering this more and more. Typically the way it works is when you're boarding an airplane, there's a screen and they make you look into the screen. Everyone gets in line and you look at the screen and then it knows who you are and then you just go through. You don't have to scan anything, you don't have to show anything. Now, I've worn a mask since even before COVID because germs and viruses existed even before COVID, and I always make sure I wear glasses to the airport. Note that the technology is getting good enough that it can still recognize you with your glasses and mask on, but I still want to try to create as many obstacles as possible. In order for this tech to recognize your face, that means your face is already on file, yes. If you have a driver's license, passport, mugshot, digital ID, or ID of any sort, the images from those documents have most likely already been scraped and added into these databases for facial recognition. So at this point, opting out is me just trying to stop the repetitive image and facial recognition biometrics gathering. When I get near that camera or within range of it, I either hold something up to my face or I turn away. And sure, it might look funny because I'm walking sideways or backwards towards the line, and sometimes I'm holding up a newspaper to cover my face while I'm walking up to the agent, and sometimes the people behind me are a little annoyed because they're wondering why I'm not just going along with the current, but opting out is way more important to me than any of that inconvenience. When I come up to the agent with my face covered or walking sideways so that I'm not exposed to the camera, I then just tell the ticket agent I opt out. Then the agent usually says okay, and then I produce my ticket and they scan it just like they've always done in the past. Whenever I do any kind of resistance or go against the current, I'm always already thinking about the fact that I'm queer, genderqueer Korean, among many other factors that include identities where white dominant culture just doesn't want us to exist. So if you're from any one of the many identities where white dominant culture doesn't want you to exist, whether it's you're being read as Muslim, BIPOC, an immigrant, disabled, queer, gender nonconforming, I believe the risk is always higher when you opt out and go against that current. For those who are less at risk and in white dominant culture identities, this is a great space for you to practice allyship. Opting out of boarding pass scanning has been much easier than a lot of other occasions that I've had. Opting out should be as easy as it is for the way that we are opted into everything. Normalize opting out. Give them hell for trying to take your data.